Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing how I applied to an internship for an autonomous vehicle company named Halo. Let's get to the video and show what I did to apply for this company as a self-taught programmer. Recently, I received an email from my university stating that an autonomous vehicle named Halo recently relocated where I live. So, right off the bat, I was interested because it's an autonomous vehicle and it's kind of a buzzword. So what are they offering? So I looked, it looks like they were offering some employment of web developers, robotic engineers, and then what piqued my interest and what is applicable to me are the internships. As a self-taught programmer and a college student, I really want an internship. This is because it will give me some sort of direction, and this is what I'm working towards as a self-taught programmer. And my school are internships and then eventually a job out of college. And this is really critical in that process of developing yourself and just becoming successful and eventually making it to the moon like tech lead. So I looked at the internships and I saw one that really looked interesting and one that I really wanted to try to get, and it was the machine learning intern. And it states that the robotics team at this place is looking for a machine learning intern that can identify the right data for specific models, capture, build data labeling pipeline, build a model training pipeline, has qualifications in strong Python skills, experience with TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch, and those are just machine learning frameworks in Python. And then also wants knowledge of the latest methods for perception in the AV industry. And to be honest, I don't have too much experience with any of that except for TensorFlow and some other machine learning frameworks. But my experience isn't even that great to begin with. But that doesn't mean I can't apply, because I can keep learning and work towards that goal of having these skills. I shouldn't limit myself, because realistically I might never get to where I want to. I want to interject before we move to the next segment. Even though I'm not 100% qualified for this position, this does not mean I shouldn't apply. This is because I'm working towards to be 100% qualified one day. And if I don't apply myself and don't do it now, I'm going to keep working at my house and getting paid $0 and doing nothing except learning. And by the time I apply, I will be 25, 30 years old. So I need to apply now and learn the skills and try to learn the skills on the job. Furthermore, I might never really feel qualified or ready for a position like this until I just do it and jump in and head first and do it. So that's why I'm applying. Off to the next scene. Since I know I want to apply to this internship, I clicked the link where it sent me to the application form. In the application form, it had the same nonsense, but this time I gotta look at what I need to have. So email, name, phone number, pretty standard. Position I am most interested in. Well, honestly, what I did is I applied for all the internships because I figured there'd all be a good opportunity. But in the cover letter, I did make the distinction that I want the machine learning internship the most. So I needed a resume and a cover letter. I have a resume and it's an old one, and I never made a cover letter, so I'm gonna go through the process of how I updated my resume and my process of creating my first cover letter. Let me do a brief summary of my experience of applying to internships. So in the winter, I applied to about 15 internships and I have about a 3.95 GPA. As a mechanical engineer student. Now I'm minoring in computer science. I got about 5 rejections and 10 didn't respond or anything. What I took from that was my resume was not good enough, and maybe I'm just lacking experience, so I just need to restructure my resume to make it more enticing to employers. And I really took this opportunity applying to this internship to Halo to restructure my resume. I'm going to pop on my resume right here. You can see it's a little bit clunky and it just needs to be refreshed. So my resources that I used a lot to refresh my resume was a YouTube video by Chris Chang. And honestly, I kind of copied a lot of what he had in his resume because it looks like we have similar experience where we don't really have any work experience, we don't have any internship experience, and our projects aren't great. And my projects aren't great, to be honest, either. So I decided to, okay, well, how can I at least have something, have some material in my resume? So here's had a good example of what to do and what to add. And you can see in my resume right here, what I really wanted to stand out was that I have a good GPA of a 3.95. So I put that right at the top with my education. And one thing is that I'm a mechanical engineer student. with a minor in computer science. I think that makes me a little more interesting because they're kind of a complementary degree that you might not see always. You might see a lot of computer science for someone applying for a machine learning internship, or a machine learning role. But I have the ME side and also computer science, so I think that gives me a best of both worlds. So for my skills summary, I added that I know Python, I know a little bit of C++, I took a MATLAB class, I know SOLIDWORKS, and I threw LibreCAD on there just to fill more space so it wasn't really blank. But I do know a little bit of LibreCAD, I'm still not too much, to be honest. These are some of the frameworks that I know, like TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. Those are useful for machine learning projects. As you can see, I try to fill the space and kind of BS'd it a little bit, but I used what I had. But the one part I do like the most is that it says, I'm a quick learner, demonstrated through my dedication as a self-taught programmer. And that's what I am. I'm self-taught. As a mechanical engineer, I'm not really taught any programming class except MATLAB, and that's really not a language. And I found this stuff myself, so I really wanted to emphasize self-taught programmer. So what I did is, everything else is like 11 font size, but I made the self-taught programmer, I think, a 13. Just for when you print it or look at it, it's a little bit bigger. Not too much bigger where it's like crazy obvious, but a little bit. I added some relevant coursework because that's what I have. I probably should honestly switch the coursework and projects around. Thinking about it right now after revisiting, even though I already submitted, but I guess we'll do it for the future. Projects, well, I only have a few projects and I only have, I think, like one project on my GitHub. So I have a little to work with, but I have something to add to the resume. This machine learning project I put in the very top, and that I did through a Udemy course where I just used a data set from online, and it's really more data visualization than like a machine learning algorithm, but at least it's something and it catch the eye and it's just there. The second is a hackathon I did where we proposed a machine learning application. It was nothing great, but yet again, it's something to add to my resume because I just don't have that much to add because I'm relatively young in this field and I'm self-taught, so I need to do a lot more machine learning programs. I did a Reddit web scraper this summer, this project. I never realized it was going to be a project on my resume, but it actually is a good one because it was written in Python, so it demonstrates I know Python at least a little bit to write a program. And I actually implemented a natural language library, which some people are familiar with if you're in the machine learning sphere, and Pandas to visualize data, which also again is important in the machine learning sphere. So I thought it was interesting. In Discord bot, something I did last winter was a complete fail, but I needed something to add because I only need like 1 or 2 more lines on the resume paper, so I added it. I still don't love this resume. I need to switch it up again. I do want to switch the projects and switch it with the relevant coursework, but that is after the fact, after reviewing it, and honestly, this resume only didn't take me that long to make. I put it together just trying to apply for this internship as fast as possible because I just really want to do the opportunity, and I think I lack experience, but I make it up with my hard work and dedication. The next thing I had to do was create a cover letter. As you can see, it's just like a paragraph. It's nothing great. I just went Google Images, looked up cover letter for machine learning, kind of just took some inspiration from it and just wrote it out. But the thing I really wanted to mention in my cover letter was this last sentence. Furthermore, to demonstrate my dedication to this sphere, I am almost entirely self-taught, and from my own passion, I was able to teach myself object-oriented programming and familiarize myself with machine learning applications. So I kind of use some semantic tricks to kind of say, hey, I know machine learning, even though I don't really know machine learning all that well, but I'm in the process of learning. But I think it gets the point across that I am self-taught and I'm very passionate about this, and they should give me a chance. What I took away from this process of applying for this autonomous vehicle company is that I'm heading in the right direction. I took upon this goal of becoming a machine learning engineer one day and to just overall learn programming. And that was my original video of this channel, is how to become a zero-day hero in Python. Really what that meant was learning programming and how can I improve myself to become something one day for a career or for a job or something to better myself. So I think through this process I've learned that I'm headed in the right direction. I might not be completely confident in all my skills or be qualified even in a machine learning internship, but I'm heading in the right direction and I will be there one day, and it doesn't mean I can't apply myself and I can't keep doing stuff. But another takeaway I want to mention is I need to keep learning. I need to keep doing. These videos are very important to me because it's keeping me accountable and it's also keeping the passion in me. I want to create content showing how I started from nothing and I'm becoming something. Documenting that progress I think is really important to me, and I can show others and I can show myself that it is possible to take upon a big goal and you can just conquer it. I might not know how to program something great right now. I can do something little projects, but I will be there one day, and we all have to start somewhere. So it's baby steps before you can run. Therefore, how I'm gonna keep improving is I'm gonna keep doing projects. I'm gonna keep creating YouTube content because this is what I like doing, and it's also keeping me accountable to learning. In the next upcoming videos, I'm going to be doing Ethereum and Python development, so blockchain development overall. And what I really took away from this entire thing is I need to do some machine learning or just maybe even data science projects to put on my resume and to improve it so I can apply it to other internships and be more qualified. And I think that's really important because if I keep improving day by day and internship by internship that I'm applying to, one day I will get one and I will eventually be a hero. Python 0 to hero, we're gonna be there, and we'll be on the jacuzzi on the moon next to Tech Lead with the million token, and we'll be a crypto mogul like Vitalik Buterin and Tech Lead. So until next video, make sure to subscribe. We're almost at 100 subscribers. Make sure to follow my Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time.